singing the glories of Kṛṣṇa and wandering from one forest to another in search of him. They knew that Kṛṣṇa is not localized, but all-pervading. He is in the sky, he is in the water, he is in the air, and he is the super soul in everyone's heart. So the gopis began to inquire from all kinds of trees and plants about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is an instance of ecstatic madness on the part of the devotees. There's so many wonderful stories in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam about this. Like when Srimati Radharani was feeling tremendous separation from Kṛṣṇa, and Kṛṣṇa sent Uddhava to visit the gopis. And Uddhava, looks very similar to Kṛṣṇa. And so while he was giving this message from Kṛṣṇa to the other gopis, Srimati Radharani began to speak with a bee. And she was talking to the bee because the bee is blackish. Says, you're blackish like Kṛṣṇa. Huh? And you are attracted to, just like Kṛṣṇa, you are attracted to very sweet, beautiful flowers. But actually, you're the unreliable servant of an unreliable master. She began to talk like this. So these kind of mad talks are a feature of Srimati Radharani's ecstatic love, which is called Mahabhava. And the section closes, similarly, there are symptoms of diseases caused by ecstatic love. This condition is credited by learned scholars as being Mahabhava. This highly elevated condition is also called Divyonmada, or transcendental madness. Transcendental madness occurs when the limits of the mind are broken by the intensity of ecstatic love. The poor mind just kind of gives up and stops working, because it can't... see, the mind, the problem with the mind is it's very weak. The mind is very easily overwhelmed by any kind of intensity. This is one of the things that people don't like about devotional service. They're afraid because they know that it's very intense and that their mind can easily be overwhelmed by the intensity of the feelings that the devotee experiences. So people try to avoid really intense love. I've seen this in my own personal relationships, that when a relationship starts getting really intense and the loving feelings start becoming really, really strong, then usually one person or the other in the relationship will back off or do something that breaks the mood. They can't stand having so much intense loving feelings because the mind becomes overwhelmed, and then they can no longer calculate how they're going to profit from their relationship with the other person. This is the material world. See? So people who have attachment to the material mind, when they realize how intense devotional service is and how strong the emotions are that the devotees feel, they become very panicky. They're like, oh my God, if I go into that, I'm going to lose my mind. And I won't be able to extract profit from these relationships. This is the underlying calculation. Because they think that you do this a lot. You hang on to your mind. You try to stay sober and try not to get too carried away by the emotion. Because after all, somebody might take advantage of me. Well, we're not in Kazakhstan anymore, okay? Relax. This is a feature of everybody in this material world. That they try to go into a relationship and make the other person fall in love with them, but they maintain their sober mood so that they can take advantage. This is very, very common in the material world. Very, very common, you know. And that's why the people nowadays, they think that to fall in love is actually a bad thing. But of course, if a person closes off their heart, becomes hard-hearted like this, they can't experience the real nectar of life. They're going to miss the real beauty in life, because if there's any beauty in this world or in this life, it is because of loving relationships, loving emotions. And of course, Kṛṣṇa is the perfect object of our love. So when we come in contact with Kṛṣṇa especially, then it's appropriate to open up our hearts and really love. But if we have developed this habit, it's actually a kind of disease, you know, of keeping the heart closed and not giving into ecstatic loving feelings, sentiments like that. What can I say? The person is going to miss the real benefit or the real beauty of this devotional service. So we should beware of this. Now there's two more short sections, and then we'll discuss. Forgetfulness. When Kṛṣṇa was absent from Vrindavan and was staying in Mathura, Srimati Radharani sent news to him that his mother, the Queen of Braja, was feeling such separation from him that there was foam coming from her mouth, like the foam on the shore of the ocean. And sometimes she was raising her arms like the waves of the ocean, and because of her intense feelings of separation, she was rolling on the ground and creating a tumultuous roaring sound. And sometimes she was remaining completely silent, like a calm sea. These symptoms of separation from Kṛṣṇa are called apasmara, or forgetfulness. One completely forgets his position when he manifests these symptoms in ecstatic love. Another message was once sent to Kṛṣṇa informing him that after he had killed Kamsa, one of Kamsa's demon friends had gone insane. The demon was foaming at the mouth, waving his arms and rolling on the ground. This demoniac demonstration is in relationship with Kṛṣṇa in a ghastly humor. This mellow or flavor is one of the indirect relationships with Kṛṣṇa. The first 5 kinds of relationships are called direct, and the other 7 are called indirect. Now, unfortunately, these 5 and 7 have not been defined yet at this point in the book. So, I mean, maybe they are in the complete Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. But so far, in the Nectar of Devotion, which is a condensation, they haven't been given. So, of course, the 5 direct relationships are what? Neutrality, servitorship, friendship, parental, and conjugal love. Okay. And then the 7, let's find the list here. Let's see, where is that? I'll wait until... Oh, actually, no, they have been given. But you know what? I don't remember where exactly. Qualities. Yes, those. I think they're back here in chapter 20, Transcendental Mellow. It talks about the 5 bhavas, and then, yeah, like wonder, chivalry, laughter. Where is that list?
Compassion.
Yes. Did you find it?
It's in the introduction.
In the introduction.
Nectar of Devotion.
Hoi. Introduction. Where? beginning, middle, and
The first paragraph of the introduction.
ah, okay, very good. Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the cause of all causes, the reservoir of all rasas or relationships, which are called neutrality, passive adoration, servitorship, friendship, parenthood, conjugal love, those are the direct ones, and then comedy, compassion, fear, chivalry, ghastliness, wonder, and devastation. Those are the 7 indirect. So, now that we've found that, some way or other the demon must have